I was visiting a parish to help out the elderly parish priest during the weekend. On Sunday, after all the services in the evening, the two of us went for a walk. And we were returning to the parish. And when we reached the gate of the church, a drunkard suddenly appeared from somewhere, and he began to shout and scream and insult the parish priest, the elderly parish priest, using all sorts of bad names, all sorts of allegations. When I heard it all, I was very embarrassed. I did not know what to say. I looked at the parish priest. He looked very cool. We walked together to the church, and then he turned to me and said, young man, that fellow is a garbage truck. He was unloading all that garbage. Why should I stick my head out and get all that filth into my head? It is his problem, his garbage. Let him unload wherever he wants. I will not grab any of it. I thought this was wisdom. There are a lot of people hurt, a lot of people upset, a lot of people angry, and they could be shouting and screaming. And I should not imagine I was the cause of it, that they were talking to me. We find it all in the social media, in the print media, in WhatsApp messages, all sorts of foul language and allegations. I must have the wisdom to understand I should not be grabbing any bit of it and react. If I react angrily or in despair, I'm not better than that person. In Malayalam, there is a story of a sad dog. This dog would go and sit under a coconut tree, waiting to whine. And that's when a coconut fell on its head. And now there's a reason to whine. The dog began to whine. And there are people who are waiting to whine, to shout, to scream. It is their problem. I should not be grabbing at the problems of others. I should not be reacting in the same way that they speak. I must leave it all in the hands of God. I should not allow my heart to be disturbed. I should not harbor any anger against them as well. At the same time, there's one thing: you and I shall understand the power of the word, of the language. The gift of language is given to us with a purpose. There should be sanctity and spirituality in what I say. Jesus was very definite about it. He said, John chapter 12, verse 49, I do not speak on my own. I speak what the Father who sent me commanded me to say. I speak only what my Father wants me to say. Otherwise, I keep my mouth shut. I speak only what my Father wants me to say. You and I shall know this. The gift of the voice is given to us to edify others, to give life to others. Jesus said, John 6:63, my word is spirit and life. My word is spirit and life. The word carries the spirit, the power to build up, to encourage, and to give life. Give life. That's why Jesus said, John chapter 15, verse 11, I said these things, that my joy shall be in you, and your joy shall be complete. Everything I say should be in order that the joy in my heart flows out of me. The peace in my heart, the peace of the Holy Spirit, the love of the Holy Spirit flows out of me and reaches the heart of the other. You know, a word of encouragement can mean a lot for a sad person. A word of appreciation can build up a child. At the same time, a word of contempt can stifle the growth of a child, of anyone around me. And that's why St. Paul is telling us, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, no foul language should come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for needed edification, that it may impart grace to those who hear. No foul language, but only as such is good for needed edification. Edification is needed, building up others, encouraging others, appreciating others. No foul language. And that means, my dear friends, the tongue is given to us with the lock and key. And the lock is the lips. I can close my lips that my tongue may not move. The key is in my mind. I should decide what I should be saying. I should not be simply babbling. And the Lord said, for every foul language, you should give an account to. And that's why Malachi tells us, Malachi chapter 3, verse 16, the servants of God spoke, and the Lord listened attentively. When we speak, the Lord is listening attentively. I must be giving an account of every word that I say. And that is the spirituality of the word. To edify others, to build others up, to give life, and not to stifle life in others. That should enable us to make a very clear soul searching. What am I speaking for? Every time I open my mouth, I should be clear in my mind. What am I going to say? I should not be speaking without a purpose. And that purpose is give life, to build up, and let there be love